Hi there, welcome to our review channel. Today we're going to be checking out this Deco Lighting laser light projector from Focusam. Inside the box you're going to receive the light itself, a tripod for inside use, a stake for outdoor use, and mounting brackets for both, a remote control, and the power cord. To mount the stake, you take this bracket here and one of the screws that comes in this little bag, and you screw it into here. That way it's nice and mounted. Then this goes on here, and then this goes in there to tighten it up, and this little nut here goes on the other side to make sure it gets nice and tight. To mount the indoor tripod, you basically take this off and screw that out, take this piece, put it onto there, take this piece and screw it into the hole that screw there is in right now from underneath. This thing is controlled by a remote control, but when you do plug it in it will turn on, so if you lose your remote you can still have it turn on. Let's go ahead and hit power, and we have red and green colors that cycle through 20 different modes that it has. We can turn the flash on to get a strobe kind of effect, and we can speed it up and slow it down, or we can have it just be steady. We also have a speed mode on here which will slow it way down. I don't think it goes to a complete stop though. I think it will still cycle through here, but let's speed it up a little bit, and again and again and again, and that just gets crazy. Let's slow it back down a bit. Okay. You also have a button on here for color, so you can switch it to just the greens, or just the reds, or both. Now this does have 20 different displays on it, and some of them are hearts for, say, Valentine's Day, and some of them are holly for, let's say, Christmas, but there's no way to cancel out one or the other. And you can't even do it with choosing only green or only red, because there are red holly and green holly, and red hearts and green hearts. Now even if you could stop it completely, you would be stuck with no motion, even though you would have the right display that you want. So I wish there was a button on here like mode that you could choose like Christmas themes or Valentine's themes, or just cycle through the ones that you want. The other thing that would be cool is if it didn't go so fast. This is like 1 or 2 clicks up from the slowest that I can get it, and if we click it again it just speeds up, and again speeds up, and again speeds up, and just look how quick it's cycling through all of those. And we can just keep speeding this thing up. So you don't really get the effect of what it is displaying on the wall. Maybe it'll come through around the house, but it just looks like it's so quick you can't even tell what that thing was that you just saw. Let's cut this back down to slow. Okay, now that's the lowest that I can get it. We'll see if it cycles through it all. We also on here have a timer, and you can set it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hours. There's also a cancel button for that timer. So, oh, yep, see, it changed. Even on the lowest setting, it still is cycling through. Which, that very well may be the best setting to have this on. So you get one picture looking at the house, then it'll change, then it'll change, then it'll change. So let's go outside and test this thing out and see how well that looks out against the house. Right now we have the laser light about 30 to 40 feet away from the front door, pointing directly at the house. And it covers the entire house most of the time. Sometimes the sides kind of close in and then spread back out. but for the most part it covers the entire house at that distance. Now let's zoom this back a little bit. You can see the little laser light there, and we're probably about another 20 feet away from that. So this is about 50 to 60 feet away from the house, and this is what it would look like. Now from this distance, I cannot, see if you guys can see here or not, I cannot make it turn off with the remote. See, not turning off. So we're gonna walk up there and see when it registers. So the remote works at about 10 feet away from the light. So there you saw that the remote registers at about 10 feet away from the light. One of the things that I do like is that you can see right in front of the light that a lot of it is hitting on the ground. So if I had a 2 or 3 story house, this would definitely hit all 3 stories. We are now about 130 to 150 feet away from the front door, at the edge of our property, pretty close to the road. So this is what our neighbors are going to see as they drive by, but the camera doesn't really show it that well, so let me kind of match these two up to give you an idea of what it looks like from that far away. And right about, come on, there we go. Right about there is how it looks from the road. So it covers pretty much the whole front of the house, more up and down than it does side to side. The sides kind of get cut off in some of the different modes. The remote, it needs a bit of a hug. It should work from farther than 10 feet away from the laser itself, and it needs a button on here to let you select or cycle through the modes that you want it to do. Maybe have a couple different preset sections, a Christmas theme or a Valentine's theme or something, but having the hearts and the holly together, I don't know, not really Christmassy for me. That being said, this is getting added to my Christmas decorations because one plug and all of that light, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's almost all the decorating you need to do right there. Well, that's all I have for this video. As always, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and if you thought this video was helpful, go ahead and check out some of our other reviews.